Welcome to Dojo TV. Today I have an extremely painful story from my past to share with you, and I hope that you'll learn a little lesson from it, and then I have some materials to help make sure it never happens to you. So get ready here for Dojo TV. Let's go. Ready, set, go. So I remember it like it was yesterday, and the story goes a little something like this. Once upon a time, when I was in high school, and I was a pretty good bagpiper by then, so I was playing a lot of gigs, a lot of funerals and weddings. But unfortunately, one of the things that comes along with being a hotshot young bagpiper in his high school years is that I definitely thought I knew everything, even more than I think I know everything now. And I thought, I didn't need to do the same sort of preparation everybody else was doing. And so sure enough, one day, a friend of a family came and said, "Hey, will you play bagpipes at my friend's funeral?" And so sure enough, we got together. I wrote down the details. We figured out exactly what I would play. And the wedding, did I say funeral? I meant wedding, by the way. I was going to play at their wedding. We wrote down everything we were going to do. And sure enough, a month rolls around. And one Saturday evening, pretty late, I get a call from the same friend. The friend of the people who had booked the wedding, and he was extremely distraught because guess what? Master Piper Andrew Douglas had missed the wedding and completely blown it, and he was very distraught. The family was very distraught because they had to get married with no music at all, which was extremely awkward and extremely embarrassing, and I still feel terrible about it to this very day. And sure enough, when I wrote down the details of that wedding, I didn't put it into my calendar. I was just kind of hoping I was going to magically remember it. And of course, I got around to other stuff that day, didn't remember it, and completely ruined these people's wedding. And totally blew it, totally felt awful about it. And that is my terrible story. And I wish I could say that was the only time that I screwed up a gig. Now, that's probably the most massive time I've screwed up by just not showing up at all. But I guess my point, the moral of this story is playing gigs is like a really easy video game, right? It's really not that hard to do. However, if you screw it up, it's a really bad thing, right? Like if your bagpipes fall apart and you can't make a sound come out of your pipes when you get to the gig, if you miss the gig completely, if you're missing a uniform part on the day of the gig and you didn't even realize it, right? These are catastrophic problems that are going to colossally mess up someone else's very special event. So anyway, over time, I realized that I needed to develop a system for playing gigs, and that's exactly what I did. And I've been using this system for a really long time now. And recently, I polished it up a little bit, and I put together a little PDF guide that I could share with the whole world, and I really want to share with you today. So you'll see the link, the Learn More link in this video, or if you don't see it, you'll see a link below this video in the post where you can access your free PDF guide to playing bagpipe gigs, and I really hope that you'll check it out because it'll make sure that no matter what you do, you're not going to screw up the gig. And I know you're very responsible, way more responsible than young Andrew, but check out this system, and at the very least, make sure you have your own system for making sure every gig goes perfectly. So that's it. Kind of bummed out now after I had to tell that story to the whole world about my disaster. But that's it, and we're going to see you in the next episode of Dojo TV. Thanks very much for checking it out, and we'll see you soon.